Okay, number four, it's a function problem, and it looks pretty tricky, actually. It says, suppose f is an odd function for which f of x plus 2 equals f of x for all x. You may wonder what information this is giving. It's telling me it's periodic, by the way. Then they go on to say that f of x equals x squared between 0 and 1. Compute f of minus 3s plus f of 1. So I got to visualize this. I hate to say it, but I got to visualize it. And I'm going to write this down for you. And this is number 4. And the first thing I can visualize is f of x is equal to x squared on an interval x is between 0 and 1. So what I want to do is I want to draw a picture of what that looks like to me. There'd be an open circle here, and this thing would go up like this. It's a parabola. It looks like this over here. Right, I got that part covered. All right, so between 0 and 1, that's what that looks like. That's what they say it looks like. But they also claim it's an odd function. Now, if it's an odd function, what do I get? I get something like this over here. So I took care of two different things at this point. By the way, this is number 1. This is the number 1. This is minus 1. And this over here is minus 1 over here. So I got a picture over here. And again, it says, suppose f of x is an odd function. It's periodic, by the way. Now, what does it mean? I would take this graph, and if they say this over here, if they say f of x plus 2 is equal to f of x, basically what they're doing is saying, shift this thing here 2 units to the right. Now, I guess I could do that pretty easily. I'd get something that looks like this over here. And you could do this forever, by the way. All right? Just like you can move left and right in this thing. It's a periodic function. All right? So let me take a look at it. It says, suppose f of x is an odd function. I definitely have a picture of an odd function at this point. And I do have a picture of a periodic function. But they say it's true for all x. So I got some dots to fill in over here. And I want to maybe just fill them in, but I got to start thinking about it. And the one thing I want to think about is that if f of x plus 2 is equal to f of x, all right? I want to start, plugging in these holes one at a time, by the way. And they say this is true, by the way. But they also say it's odd, all right? So I'm going to say, let me just put another cycle down for you. And let me see. Whoops, sorry about that. All right. So I'm going to pick x to be 0. And what do you get there? You get f of 0 would be the same thing as f of 2. And now I got to start thinking about what this is going to be at this point. So I also know it's odd. So this should be the same thing as minus f of minus 2. Let's plug this in now. Let me see if that's true, by the way. F of 0 is equal to f of 2. Yeah, it's the only way that could happen. All right. I want to see if I can do that one business now. All right. So I'm looking at the f of 1. And that should be the same thing as f of 3. I want to see how that's going to occur, though. And I know f of 1 has got to be the same thing as minus f of minus 1. And I got to think about that now. Looking at my picture, I got to think about that. And the way that could have occurred. Well, I'm going to say it has to be this over here. Still odd. Let me see if that's true. F of minus 1, F of 1, F of 3. Let me think. Yeah, I think I'm okay on that. All right, let me keep going. What do they want to know? F of minus 3 over 2 plus F of 1. Well, F of 1 I know is 0, so it's going to be F of minus 3 over 2. Now, granted, I got to look at my picture to do this over here, but I want to point out that F of minus 3 over 2 is the same thing as F of minus 3 halves plus 2. And minus 3 halves plus 2 is going to be F of 1 half. What's that going to be? Well, they gave me the function F of x equals x squared, provided between 0 and 1. That's going to give me 1 half quantity squared, which would be 1/4. And that's our final answer. Thank you.